Yes, my friends, the week has kicked off with plenty of news surrounding the Los Angeles Rams, and today I want to talk about two of those topics. We know the Rams are laser-focused and ready to start the 2026 season, and nothing is going to shake Sean McVay's belief that Super Bowl 61 belongs to them. And yet, a news story that surfaced in the last few hours has left many fans intrigued. On the other hand, many are eagerly awaiting Aaron Donald's return to the field, but so far, neither he nor the Rams have made a decision. Honestly, I think that won't happen until after the season begins. I'm about to tell you everything I've heard, but before we go on, make sure you've hit that like button. But only do it if you've been a Los Angeles Rams fan since the 60s. There are fans here who were at those early games. Utmost respect. In any case, if your heart bleeds blue and gold, write this: Go Rams! Let's get to the Super Bowl. The first topic I want to start with today is this one. Let's begin with Stefon Diggs, as his recent comments immediately caught the attention of NFL fans, especially those who follow the Rams. Diggs confidently stated that no one in the league is a better number 2 wide receiver than he is. He challenged people to name a second receiver from another team and say, in all honesty, that the player is superior to him. It's the kind of statement that shows immense confidence, but also sparked a lot of debate. For Rams fans, these comments naturally bring one name to mind: Davante Adams. Many believe that Adams is currently the best number 2 receiver in football. Even while sharing the offense with Puka Nacua, who catches a large share of passes in Sean McVay's offensive scheme, Adams has maintained elite performance levels. His touchdown production, in particular, stood out, proving once again why he remains one of the NFL's most dangerous red zone weapons. That comparison alone makes Diggs' statement difficult for many people to accept. While Diggs still had a productive season, the gap in touchdown production and Adams' overall impact inside the Rams' offense make a strong argument that Los Angeles already has the league's best second receiver. But that's where things become even more interesting. Despite Diggs' comments, there is still speculation that the Rams could have interest in signing him if the opportunity presents itself. According to reports discussed during the offseason, multiple teams have checked in on Diggs, with the expectation that his market could develop closer to training camp. From the Rams' perspective, the logic is easy to understand. Nobody questions the top of the receiver room. Between Puka Nacua and Davante Adams, Los Angeles already has one of the strongest receiving duos in football. The bigger question comes after those two names. If injuries were to happen during a season with Super Bowl expectations, the depth behind them would suddenly become much more important. Jordan Whittington and the younger receivers have potential, but asking them to immediately step into a massive role during a championship run could be asking a lot. That's why the idea of adding another proven veteran continues to generate discussion. If Diggs joined this offense, the Rams could realistically field what might be the most difficult receiving trio for any defense to stop. Imagine defensive coordinators trying to prepare for Puka Nacua, Davante Adams, and Stefon Diggs at the same time. Double one receiver, and another elite playmaker gets single coverage. Focus too much on stopping the passing game, and the Rams can lean on Kyren Williams and Blake Corum in the running game. Add Matthew Stafford's experience behind center, and it becomes an offense capable of attacking defenses in every possible way. On paper, it's easy to understand why so many fans find the idea exciting. However, there is another side to the conversation. Diggs has carried a reputation throughout his career for being frustrated when he isn't heavily involved in the offense. Sean McVay's system naturally funnels a large portion of the passing game through its top options, especially Puka Nacua. Davante Adams will also demand his opportunities. That raises an obvious question. Would Diggs be comfortable receiving fewer targets if it meant competing for a Super Bowl? No one truly knows that answer. His confidence has always been one of his strengths, but that same confidence has occasionally created headlines throughout his career. Bringing a player with that personality into an already established locker room would be a decision the Rams would have to evaluate very carefully. Still, There is another factor that could make Los Angeles appealing. At this stage of his career, winning a Super Bowl may be the biggest accomplishment still missing from Diggs's resume. If chasing a championship becomes the priority over maximizing another contract, perhaps he would consider taking less money to join one of the league's strongest contenders. Whether that actually happens remains completely unknown, but the possibility alone is enough to keep Rams fans talking throughout the offseason. As fascinating as the Diggs discussion has become, another storyline may be generating even more excitement. Aaron Donald. The possibility of seeing one of the greatest defensive players in NFL history wearing Rams colors once again seemed almost impossible after his retirement. Yet recent conversations have reopened that door just enough to give fans hope. Reports indicated that Donald has been working out at the Rams facility and has not completely dismissed the idea of returning. While nothing is official, the speculation has grown stronger because people close to the situation aren't immediately shutting the rumors down. One of the most interesting developments came from Chris Sims. Instead of relying only on league sources, Sims decided to contact Aaron Donald directly. Since the two have known each other for years, Sims simply sent him a message asking whether he was seriously considering a comeback. Donald's response was honest. He admitted he simply doesn't know yet. That answer may not provide certainty, but it also doesn't close the door. According to Sims, if Donald were completely driven to return, he believes the decision probably would have already been made. From his perspective, uncertainty this close to training camp could suggest that Donald is still weighing everything that comes with returning to football after retirement. At the same time, Sims also made something very clear. He has absolutely no doubts about Aaron Donald's physical ability. This isn't about whether Donald can still dominate offensive linemen. It's about whether he truly wants to commit mentally, emotionally, and physically to another NFL season. Anyone who has followed football knows how demanding an entire season can be. Even for an all-time great, coming back after retirement requires complete dedication. Still, there is one reason why the Rams may be uniquely positioned to tempt Donald. This team looks ready to compete for another Super Bowl. Around the league, many people already view Los Angeles as one of the strongest contenders entering the season. That kind of opportunity could become incredibly difficult for a competitor like Aaron Donald to ignore. Imagine watching a team you helped build making another championship run while you're sitting at home. For someone as competitive as Donald has always been, that's a powerful feeling. Some have even suggested that if he returned, his role wouldn't necessarily need to be the same one he carried during every snap of his prime. Instead, he could be used in key situations, maximizing his impact while reducing the physical wear over the course of a long season. Whether that would actually happen remains purely speculative, but it does offer one possible path if Donald ultimately decides he wants one more opportunity. There are also practical questions. How would a new contract work? What kind of salary would make sense? Could the Rams fit him under the salary cap? Those answers would only become relevant if Donald decides he truly wants to return. Fortunately for Los Angeles, the organization appears to be in a healthier salary cap position than many other Super Bowl contenders, giving them flexibility if serious discussions ever begin. Right now, neither storyline has reached a final conclusion. Stefon Diggs remains a free agent whose future is still uncertain, while Aaron Donald himself admits he hasn't made up his mind about returning. But what's remarkable is that both conversations point toward the same reality. The Rams are viewed as one of the NFL's premier destinations. Whether it's an accomplished veteran chasing a championship or a franchise legend considering one final run, Los Angeles has built a roster capable of attracting some of football's biggest names. And that's exactly why Rams fans have so much reason for optimism. The foundation is already there. The expectations are already sky high. Any additional move, whether it's adding another elite receiver or witnessing Aaron Donald make an unforgettable comeback, would simply make one of the league's most talented teams even more dangerous. Now, the waiting begins. Will Stephon Diggs ever wear a Rams uniform? Could Aaron Donald really decide that one more season is worth the challenge? Or will both stories remain nothing more than fascinating off-season speculation? Rams fans, now it's your turn. Which storyline excites you more? Would you sign Stephon Diggs despite the questions surrounding his fit? Or would you rather see Aaron Donald make one final return in pursuit of another Super Bowl? Let everyone know what you think, because this offseason may still have some unforgettable surprises left